Good day today. I'm actually pretty tired, but we had a good brunch with other veterans at IWU. There was some folks from Grissom. It was great to catch up. Update from the PA office, the 434th PA. I found out an old friend, Doug Hayes, took over after Colonel Lockhart retired. The gentleman from the Grissom Air Museum and I were talking about that. I told him, hey, tell Doug that Nancy Ray's older daughter said, hey, hi. He said, will do. They were remembering Mom, and they got my points of contact. We were talking about family and who all I had as family there at Grissom. So I told him about Uncle Ted and Uncle Steve and Mom, and we were laughing about Mom being Doug's trainer way back in the day. How Mom always called Doug the kid back then. Oh, he's certainly not a kid anymore. But memories. Um, it was good to see everybody together again. I met the former base commander. He showed up there. We've all put on age. He's retired, of course. We've all put on age. He remembered Mom. He remembered Gary. He remembered everyone. I told them about how I always thought that I'd be put out there with my family, and the Air Force decided that 4 family members at one base would be too much. So they stuck me out at Cheyenne Mountain instead. It's like, okay, that's all right. They already had Mom, Uncle Ted, and Uncle Steve out there. Guess they decided that I'd be too much there too. That's all right. That's all right. One of the gentlemen, our keynote speaker today, actually, retired Sergeant Shepard. I think he was a master sergeant, actually. He was from the Army. I may have the rank wrong. He was Air Force, I do believe. I think. He said he had been involved in Katrina cleanup. So he had been down at Biloxi. We talked a little bit about that after he was done speaking. And I said, that was the one silver lining I saw to that hurricane. And he said, how so? I said, well, I was down there for training in 95. And it was the same barracks my grandfather had been in World War II. And he goes, oh boy. I said, yeah. I said, it was so bad when I was there that several squadrons were condemned and called ghost squadrons. I said, when I was there, the AC in my bay kept breaking down. And several times I escorted the repair guy in, and I could see that it was 1960s technology holding our AC together. Gee, no wonder it kept breaking down. I was like, ew. Yeah. I said, these new kids coming into the triangle today, they don't realize they got it good with brand new buildings. That was the one silver lining that came out of Katrina, I do believe. It forced the Air Force finally to rebuild the triangle. Another one of the guys from Grissom, we were talking about that too, and I said, I always wondered, because he was talking about, no, wait a minute, it wasn't Master Sergeant Shepard. It was the other gentleman from Grissom, said that he had been down there with the Katrina cleanup. I'm sorry, I'm getting speakers mixed up. But we were talking, I said, now I remember this old safety briefing. Beware of the alligator at the 18th hole. And then I told him, I wonder if that alligator ever returned after Cressa or after Katrina. He started laughing and he goes, yeah, I remember that. Oh, Lord. Lord, Lord. Beware the alligator at the 18th hole. Nothing like a good old safety brief. These kids going through the training at Keesler now, they don't realize they got brand new buildings compared to what we lived in. You kids are lucky, let me tell you. Unfortunately, today we were talking about our numbers of our military. There are getting to be fewer and fewer military. During World War I, there were 9 million serving. During World War II, believe it was 7 million. Vietnam, I think it was 5 million. I think during Iraq they said it was 2 million. During the most recent, 1 million. Not even 1 million, I think it was 900,000. So we've gone from 9 million to 900,000 serving in a century. What has happened to American patriotism? It's not good. It's not good at all. We've become too much of a me type of society. And we need to turn it around. We don't respect each other anymore. We don't believe in each other anymore. We don't believe in our country anymore. And we don't want to protect our country anymore. A society that doesn't want to protect its country anymore is a society that's gonna fall. And I'm not joking about that. Freedom isn't free. A perfect example of that is when Judge Dana Kenworthy ripped me apart in that courtroom and told me that I didn't do anything in the military. She didn't know jack about what I did. She didn't know jack about me. And yet she ripped me apart. Her and DCS ripped my military career apart. Told me my military career meant nothing. And I was lazy, good for nothing. Just because I just slung messages. Every person in the military, no matter what their position, whatever they do, we all had something to do. If it's to pass messages to make sure they get to places, so be it. If it's to make sure people are outfitted in their uniforms, so be it. If you don't have uniforms, what are you going to wear? If messages aren't passed, and just imagine, if a message is not received at a crucial time, yeah, a war can be lost. That's something that Dana Kenworthy did not think about. Just imagine if a colonel did not get a specific message at a specific time during the Gettysburg War. During the Gettysburg Battle. Okay. Can you imagine the Civil War going the opposite way? Or how about the Revolutionary War? How about if Paul Revere had not made his midnight run? If that message did not get through, yeah, we would still be British. Think about that one, Dana Kenworthy. Just because I was a message flinger didn't mean I was worthless. And could you say that you can run into a fire to stop a armory from going up? Dana Kenworthy? Would you have the courage to do that? I did. And you called me worthless. You're pathetic and pitiful, and you shouldn't have been promoted to Indiana State Appeals Court. Because had no idea what I did in the military. And yet you put my career down. You're pathetic, Dana Kenworthy. You have no idea what the price of freedom costs. Because you've never had to fight for your freedom. Or for other people's freedom. You just cut down other people who do fight for it.